In addition to discussing how he thinks about Bethenny Frankel and Leah McSweeney's allegations regarding the network, Andy Cohen offers his opinions on how the Real Housewives series has evolved over time. The Real Housewives of New York City alumna and former pal Frankel's reality reckoning, which has turned into a catchphrase as she tries to unionize reality stars, has given Cohen, 55, a lot to say. Cohen stated in his The Hollywood Reporter feature, which was released on Wednesday, May 8, that, if you look at shows like American Idol, Survivor, The Bachelor, or the Below Deck people, 90% or more of the reality stars on them are on for one season or less. Furthermore, acting is a full-time job. To become a reality celebrity, one does not attend college. Most reality stars work at other occupations. The host of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was quite clear in saying that he was speaking as an independent producer, and that Bravo had no bearing on what he had to say. I believe Bravo compensates its employees under a buyout model. They are being bought out for a show that may be disseminated in specific ways, and the longer you work there, the more they are paid. And those who have been employed for a long time receive quite high compensation. You are not selected for the Real Housewives, you see. You may decide whether or not you want to go on the show and whether you think it will help you more than anything else. Even though Cohen didn't criticize Frankel or anybody else in the THR story, he was honest. The following are the main lessons to be learned from Bravo. Cohen described himself as a nostalgic person who is proud of the deep friendships he has cultivated on Bravo over the years. Cohen claimed it's hurtful when he becomes a target for the previous stars, without mentioning any names. Although Cohen acknowledged that there would always be some who have grievances, I think the majority of people involved with these shows have been very grateful for the platform. However, I don't regret how I handled anything. Everything that occurs in your life, in my opinion, influences what occurs next. That's how I view everything. I stand tall every day on the knowledge of the real situation and my own behavior. During the filming of Real Housewives, Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4, Caroline Manzo, a former star of Real Housewives of New Jersey, filed a lawsuit against Bravo in January, citing an alleged incident involving Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Brandi Glanville. In February, Glanville also accused Cohen of sexual harassment. Cohen has refuted these claims. In February, former Roni star McSweeney filed a lawsuit against Cohen and Bravo, alleging that they took advantage of her battle with alcoholism. Cohen responded to the multiple accusations throughout his THR profile with a single, succinct statement. He remarked, "Unfortunately, I can't talk about some of these things," perhaps alluding to continuing legal issues. Cohen did, however, touch on the topic of Bravo's connection to booze. He didn't mention McSweeney by name, but it seemed like these remarks were in response to what she said. Regarding drinking, let me point out that Countess Luann de Lesseps and many other sober individuals are featured on the show. He remarked, "We have folks who haven't taken a drink in the entire duration of the performance. Zarin, Jill Burris Candy. Heather Dubrow will only sip on champagne once in a while. Bravo doesn't force anyone to do anything," according to Cohen. "No one is surreptitiously hiding liquor bottles on set," he continued. "That is absurd. We have shown a great deal of support for people's recovery." The producer also stated unequivocally that alcohol is not necessary to gin up drama among the women because some of the colorful characters in the Real Housewives franchise are already so strong. Have you ever seen Ramona Singer at 1 in the afternoon on a Tuesday? Was there ever a time you saw Lisa Rinna at noon? Cohen jokingly said, "Lisa Rinna doesn't need a glass of rose to tell you exactly how she is feeling. Margaret Josephs is a truth seeker everywhere she goes and she exclusively drinks Diet Coke. Teresa Giudice probably wouldn't claim that the red wine is what made her tip the table. For God's sake, we begin filming the reunions at 6 in the morning." BravoCon officially announced last month that it will return to Las Vegas in 2025 instead of this year. The 3-day convention will still take place. When questioned about the reason, Cohen acknowledged that the convention is a massive undertaking in general, citing the presence of 30,000 people, 160 Bravo stars, and 5 live WWHL episodes. It simply required an enormous amount of work. And once it was over, I seem to have told NBCU chairman, Francis Barrick, that perhaps we need to forego it the following year or do it in a year and a half. That way, it will be more memorable, he said. Furthermore, the desired space became available only 9 months following our initial completion. And it seemed premature. But in the end, Bravo made the choice, not me. Bravo made the call 8 months ago, according to Cohen, even though the decision was only disclosed lately. People connected it to recent events. However, it was unrelated to that at all, he said. Spelling has been arguing for years to be a part of Rob. Her most recent attempt was made last month during an episode of her podcast, Misspelling. Spelling questioned at the time whether her absence from the show was because I'm broke. For his part, Cohen told THR that he has no personal vendetta toward Spelling. Tori Spelling has expressed her desire to appear on the show quite a bit. We've never actually had a meaningful conversation about her for whatever reason, but she'd undoubtedly provide excellent drama, he remarked. To be honest, I feel conflicted about the celebs that are on the show. I was adamantly against Lisa Rinna trying out for Beverly Hills' first season. She's already famous, like, what? But after she arrived, everything made perfect sense.